guys, I'm Jiaoyingsummers. Welcome to Tiger MILF Podcast.
When did you really feel like you came to really embrace your sexuality?
So I was a little bit of a late bloomer with having sex. I don't know what I feel like maybe my high school was a little early on that. Like I remember in like 7th grade, this like 8th grader was pregnant. I was like, what? That's crazy. You know, like it was kind of, and people were having sex at like 14, 15. And I didn't have sex until right after I turned 18. So right after I graduated high
I had sex when
school.
I'm 20.
Yeah.
Me
I
too, 18.
lost everything.
So and then I feel like I really needed to make up for lost time. And then I was like a huge slut, like in college and just really, I felt like I went to school in the South and I'm from Delaware originally, but just a more Northern upbringing. So I almost felt like it made me want to like talk about sex more because people are a little bit more I don't know if repressed is the word, but just more conservative about that kind of stuff. And so I feel like all that kind of ties together and what I felt was like made me funny and made people like me and made me kind of like have that shock value. And I was like always super outgoing and like the funny friend and stuff like that. So sex just kind of being open about it was always something that I have been, I guess, since I started doing it, and then even more so. And then like even when I used to live in Atlanta, this was like in my 20s, I would always have these sex toy parties around every Valentine's Day, like the old school pure romance parties. Like this lady would come and it was like, you know, like one of those, she would bring all these toys and we would buy them and stuff like that. So I was always really into like sex toys, masturbation, things like that. And then me and my co-host on our podcast and business partner, we started our own sex toy line last year.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I just think like I understand. I've just been really lucky to have parents that are really cool and open and not over the top sex positive. Like I think there's a far spectrum of like the way that families talk about sex. Like my family is like good, healthy, sex positive, but not like, you know, talking about it at the dinner table, like mom and dad having sex, you know, the night before. So it was kind of always something I felt comfortable being really open about. And now even more so with what I do for a living, I feel like my parents even like kind of like joke around a little bit more. But I feel for people that grew up with like, you know, stuff that's not real about like masturbation, like it'll make you ugly or it'll make you blind or like whatever it is. So you like think it's bad or like sex is bad or sex is not, and you shouldn't do it until you're married and like all those things that kind of mold you. And so you're like scared to talk about it or whatever it is. Like I just think we should always be talking about it. It's like something everybody does. It's funny. It's awkward. Everybody has stories. Like
yes, I think it's so healthy and empowering.
And that's like why our podcast has gotten so popular. People are like, I never knew I could like talk about this, or, you know, I felt so uncomfortable or weird or shy. And so I just think the more we talk about it, the better.
It's so good because I can feel like as an Asian American woman, it's like a first generation immigrant. It's so hard. I remember like I'm standing in front of the mirror and after my period, she's like, okay, it's time to talk about it. She's like, okay, look at yourself in the mirror. Do you like what you see? I'm like, no. She's like, good. We know how to update your prescription of your glasses. If you touch yourself, you're gonna look worse than this. I'm like, how much worse? She goes, your cousin Lily. I'm like,
she like, referenced another family member.
Yeah, I'm like, ew. She's like, it can get worse. I'm like, I'll never touch myself. She goes, that's good. Okay, nobody else can touch you either. I'm like, what happens? Like, your cousin Lily's brother, you know, I'm not gonna just say his name. She's like, I can't say his name. I don't want to pollute my mouth with that name. He's ugly. I mean, he's ugly. He's still ugly. Yeah.
We're starting to GoFundMe for Lily.
Is Lily listening?
Lily,
so
this
bad.
is like the Jerry Lewis telethon. You could send in your donation.
we just call Lily's brother. We don't want to call his name because it's very
unfortunate.
Yeah, he no.
What is it?
He was born when he's 13. So he tried to hug me, and my mom just like slapped him. He tried to hug me.
While you're on your period? I'm just getting all the details.
Before, like I was 12. We just hang out at grandma's house.
Perfect.
He's like, hi, do you want to play with me? Mom was like, get away from my daughter. Just kicking me on the face.
Okay, I have a question. Was your mom extreme, or was that what all the
my mom
were telling their daughters? Like, don't touch yourself, don't let anyone touch you.
She was average.
Okay.
She was average Asian mom. Other mom would spy on the daughter And I did spend after school. I was doing my homework with this boy at school. After school, my mom called me. Said, "Where are you?" I said, "At my grandma's house." So I wasn't there. So she called all my friends. I wasn't there. So she waved me out of school with that boy. We just hold our hand with our homework, and she just slapped me in front of him.
Oh,
and my nose was bleeding. And then he's like, I'm like, why are you shocked? He's like, your nose is bleeding. I'm like, well, you're weird. Like, my mom just slapped me. I can't do it with you. You are so weird. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to hang out with him anymore. He's weird. She's like, I think so. So we left.
Your nose got its period that day too.
Yeah.
It's a whole.
Your nose.
Like when my mom hit me in front of my friends, and my friend got weird. I'm like, I don't think we can be friends anymore. I don't like how you react to this. And my mom, I think he's not cool. She's like, I don't think so. So I hold my mom's
What
hand.
would you have wanted? How would you have wanted him to react?
He's like, hi, Auntie, how are you? Like, what's up?
Here's some
just
gauze.
chill.
Like nothing happened.
No, that's weird. That's somebody.
So you didn't want him to like be concerned. You just wanted to be like that. Was
I didn't know
cool.
that was
Yeah.
that was bad. I just thought like she slapped me because I lied, and then now say hi to my mom. And
I
he's
think
like,
it's alarming that he didn't connect that that's how it happened.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, what?
I'm like,
Say hi
did
to
you
my
see her
mom.
slap me? What'd you think it was a pelican that dropped down and just punched me in the nose?
Yeah, I'm like, is this?
He might have special needs.
That's not
You-
exactly.
What an interesting story.
No, but do
I'm
you-
like,
do you
why
guys
is so
feel-
weird? Why don't you say hi to my mom? It's not polite. Maybe we get married. That's
polite.
your mother-in-law in the future. You don't say hi.
And
to
that's
her.
how you met her. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
wasn't
you don't
polite.
even say hi to my mom. I don't want to hang out with him anymore. She's like, okay. So she held my hand, got in her car, we left. I just look at my side. I'm like, no ride home for you.
When did you come to the States?
Oh my God, 2009, January 18.
So, but like, how
on my
old
birthday.
were you?
I was 18. I turned 19 on the fucking flight.
So when you got here, were you shocked at like the openness of sexuality, of like all that? Was it,
I
like-
wasn't shocked because I was ugly. Nobody was fucking me. But I did have my roommate fucking in the kitchen when I walked in, and she's getting fucked in the kitchen.
No
by this
shit.
hot guy.
What?
I just like I'm
Sounds
just like
sanitary.
I'm just like my eyes are tiny, but they can see like what I'm doing. Like, hello.
Was she a random roommate?
Just I was assigned to her.
So you walk in, she's fucking in the
like,
kitchen.
We share one bathroom in the kitchen, and we have two rooms. The bathroom is like in the middle. We shared. She's fucking in the kitchen. She locked the bathroom. I can't take a shower. She's fucking in the shower. I mean, but it didn't happen to me because I was slouching. I was hiding myself. I was so insecure. I thought I was very ugly. I hate my skin color. I was just like, I was ugly. I didn't get any dicks at the beginning. I mean, at the beginning.
Do you get a lot of dicks now?
I think so. I hope
But
so.
now it's been
No.
abundance. It's like
Do you ever worry sometimes when you're having sex with somebody that you're like, I'm gonna be ugly now?
I was
Like,
very
is it still
afraid.
in the back of your head.
My mom never told me that if you have sex, you get ugly. She says you touch yourself.
Oh, I thought she
Okay,
said,
ugly.
or if someone else touches you.
Touches you.
It's
like,
just that, okay.
oh my God. Now you're. I think it's because when I'm so dumb. I started touching myself with my finger. I thought she said if somebody used your finger to touch you. I didn't know it was dick applies to. Please don't apply that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
No, of
didn't.
course
My
not.
parents did not talk about sex growing up at all, so I felt.
Oh my
now
God.
like
you just really. I just
Well,
realized that.
what?
I just realized that when my mom said somebody touching you, it included your dicks. I thought it's because it's my finger. I saw their finger touching me. I didn't know it's also include them fucking me. Now it's a different game. Now I may have shame fucking now.
No, none
Actually-
of it's real.
Actually, give me your rabbit, please.
Oh my God, stop.
It's the year of the rabbit. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was cutting you off.
No,
What was I
you
saying?
no. I was just saying that do you girls feel because your parents spoke to you about sex that you were more willing to be experimental in a way? Because
I think I feel like sex is so beautiful. I feel like there's no shame in sex. It's so intimate.
I'm very vanilla, and I'm trying to get out there, but it turns me. Here's the thing: I think that you should have a lover for sex, and a lover for real life. And because if you love me so much,
Mhm.
you're gonna bang my head up against the bedpost wall at the Marriott.
Well, this
That's
is
love. I thought you loved me. Now you want to.
But I mean, this is a thing that I feel like a lot of women run into, and we wanted to do an episode about it on our show because it's tricky when. I mean, it has different names, but this like Madonna and the horror complex or whatever you want to call it, where a man, for example, just views his wife as like someone he's in love with, this like more pure woman that he wants to be the mother of his children, that kind of thing. And it's harder to like fuck you really hard when a lot of men can't reconcile the two. So you hear women say like, he doesn't fuck me like he did at the beginning. And he's like, yeah, because I like love you now, and you're like, yeah, but I want that, it's really hard to sometimes find both. And that's like, I feel like that's a struggle that some people run into. Like where men just perceive you differently when you are in love, you're married, you have a family. They don't want to do that dirty stuff. They don't like spit in your face, But then some women are over here like, wait, just fucking choke me out again. Like you used to, babe.
Yeah.
I
love that.
If I
don't know
found
the
out
answer.
my mother was being choked out, I would want to be an orphan. Like I would be so upset.
Right. Like you don't want to
I
think
don't
about your
know.
dad choking your mom.
I heard my parents have sex once. It was
Were you
so
traumatized?
like I heard like the
Okay,
was so
let me ask you this
upsetting.
though. Do you think that's better or worse than like moaning? Like do you want to hear slaps or do you want to hear like,
my dad's a little heavy, so I was shocked that he can move at that type of velocity. And then the next day I said something to my mom because I thought it was wrong.
How old were you?
I was probably like 13 or 14.
Okay.
You have children in this house. This isn't time to do, reverse cowgirl while I'm sleeping in the next room. So I said to her, I just want to let you know, like I heard a lot of noises last night and it was really upsetting and I'm just going to leave it at that. And I got out of the car to go get Dunkin' Donuts. I'm from New York. And she texted my dad. Nicholas said that he thought the ceiling was coming down on him last night. We're going to have to find a new spot. And she accidentally sent it to me.
She didn't send it to you.
She sent it to me.
No, are you kidding me?
I wish I was.
This is why you're repressed. This is the
know.
moment that fucked you up for life.
No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm not saying that you are, but
No, I completely agree
you
with
said you were.
You've met me twice now. That's enough to get a gauge.
that experience.
It was so upsetting.
Oh.
And then were you on the way to school? You're on the way to Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts. Well,
Like,
you need
can
a
you imagine
donuts.
having to like go to school after that?
Do you eat more donuts?
Yeah. Oh, I ate the donuts. I ate the cashier's dick. Anything I could do to repress how I was really feeling on the inside. But I don't know. I mean, our parents have sex, of course, but like I don't want to think about my mom throwing it back.
No, but I feel like it's crazy to me. I know my parents had like a healthy sex life. My mom and I are like really close. We don't talk about like that depth, but like I just know that they do. And I never heard them once. And thank God, because I feel like it is traumatic. You'll never forget it. Or people that walk in on their parents fucking.
Yeah,
Could you even
that's-
imagine?
My mom didn't even have any sex talk with me, even today. And I go, where I'm from? She goes, you're from the dumpster. I was like, I know you took me to the dumpster, but before you take me there, and I go, where I'm from? She's like, yeah, you were in the dumpster. We took you out from there. I'm like, no. You told me you put me in there. So what happened before that?
Right.
No answer.
Yeah. She's like,
The
she
store.
sighs. She
It's right
sighs
in
like
there.
she's like,
Sure.
yeah. She just looked at me, just like, I wish you had a dick, like.